Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. It's Wednesday, which means it's Wacky and Weird Wednesday. Yes, we've got all the weird and wacky stories we're able to find since last week. So I think I even have some stories from the previous week because I didn't cover them last week. A lot of weird news happening on my side of things. But we've got some crazy happenstance to, I guess, reignite the wonderment in life. This is the first and only international game show, Before Coffee, a father and daughter news podcast where we look up our stories right before the show starts. We just got caffeine in our bodies and we're learning to read and speak live on stream. Let's get into those wacky and weird headlines and spin that segue wheel. Today on Wacky and Weird Wednesday. Taiwan embraces slow living with a snail race. Plus, more than 1,000 homes are evacuated in Plymouth after another suspected World War II device found.
Right on, and we're going to update the latest on the bridge protester. He's still up there, probably planning to come down to Frederick Douglass Bridge in Washington. And a driver in another viral video. A driver on New Jersey Turnpike is hurt as a United plate hits a level.
Hungarian doctor saves a stabbing victim with an emergency street surgery, and a French teen is charged in Singapore over a vending machine straw licking video.
Baby, if you've ever wondered whatever happened to WKRP in Cincinnati, it's back. The actual call letters, and it's an actual station, and a family of 4 lives at Disney.
And in my culture news, Wales' finest and most underestimated musical export, an introduction to Super Furry Animals.
I didn't know whales could sing. And it's National Beverage Day. Coffee's a beverage, so pull up a big old cup of coffee. It's May 6th, 2026 on Before. Day where I read the headlines.
Pull up a coffee and get some coffee. We live in a society.
To take for granted. I'm gonna do that thing where I put the warm coffee cup on my eyes.
Really?
My eyes.
Are you that swollen?
Yeah.
Oh.
I get my eyes blood vessels going.
Can't open your eyes, yeah.
Working outside all day.
Oh, right.
Too much pollen in my eyes.
Your night farming.
No, I wasn't night farming last night. I just seeds that had to go in the ground. Once you're done germinating, you don't just keep germinating. You got to put them in the ground, you know. So they had to go in the ground. I wasn't gonna leave them overnight. Now it's gonna get cool again. It's gonna get down to 60s for a week. So,
yeah, that's how it is here too. It's crazy how our weather matches up.
I'm only gonna plant now things that require like only 60 degree soil and see if it warms up. It's supposed to be rainy after about 10 o'clock and not get warm at all for like next week. Here, I got the fan going because I was working. I woke up sweaty.
For me, for you, it's probably great. For me, it's like, oh, too cold. I'm freezing. I got all my summer clothes out, and now it's cold.
It's perfect because nary a mosquito. Even though it was really nice yesterday, no mosquitoes. They still haven't had the.
Can't say the same here. The mosquitoes come out whether or not it's cold or not.
They can't build up the momentum to repopulate. Every time they start, it's like, it's cold again. And the bees
All right.
are confused too, man. The bees don't come out, and then the next day they don't come out. Then they're out all day, and then the next day they're in.
Well, hopefully your eyes can work for this next segue. The limerick you have to give me for these two stories.
Oh boy, limerick.
Yep.
Got my pen out yet. That's how tired I am. Limerick.
All right,
holy
maybe I'll
crap.
do a. How long is this story? I might switch stories. Yeah, I'll switch stories around so you can at least write a story or limerick. This first story is coming out of Taiwan by Simina Mistrenu and Taijing Wu on AP News. Coming out of Fanglin, Taiwan. Taiwanese town of Fanglin has grown a reputation as a place where life moves slowly and people can catch their breath. Rather than push against the rhythm, the town of around 10,000 has chosen to embrace it and make it part of its identity. Enter the Snails. Fanglin has been putting on snail races as a way to celebrate its focus on slower, substantial lifestyle that values healthcare, longevity, community connections, while bringing in more tourists in the wake of a strong earthquake in 24 that dampened travel in the surrounding areas. The earthquake 2 years ago had a relatively big impact on tourism because people are worried an earthquake may happen again, said Sui Lu, a 32-year-old resident. Many people have left Hualien because of the earthquakes, Sui said, referring to surrounding country, the site of frequent quakes. Snails are on the way to bring tourists back, even if it's slowly. Fanglin has associated itself with snails since 2014, when it joined the City Slow international network of small cities focused on quality of life and locally sourced foods. City Slow's symbol is a snail carrying an assortment of buildings on its back. The designation of a slow city seems to fit Fanglin, whose population has shrunk threefold over the past decade. Today, it's almost an example of Taiwan's super age society, with more than 20% of its residents older than 65. To help reinvigorate local tourism after the April 24 earthquake, which killed 19 people and injured more than 1,100 people, they decided to host a snail race the following month, said organizer Cheng Jen Xiao. We thought our event could attract people, and that would be a small help, he said. This year, the town held the third edition of the race over the May Day holiday. Several dozen enthusiasts, residents, and tourists attended the event, which featured 6 snail races spaced out over 2 days. I mean, they're really slow, right? So you can... they last 2 days altogether. The winners from each race competed in the final, but not before posing in front of the audience while slowly being pulled on a piece of plywood across a green carpet as their fans cheered them on. Li Chengwen, a 70-year-old retiree from Fanglin, brought several snails to the race. He caught them in his vegetable garden, snacking on his leafy greens. And instead of killing them, as some farmers do, he decided to raise them as pets. He feeds them slices of bananas, papayas, and vegetable leaves and showers them daily. As the criteria for choosing snails for the race, I usually select those are very active and pleasing in the eye, Li said. Kevin Huang and Tiara Lin also brought a sightly snail to the race. The couple traveled all the way from the southern city of Kaohsiung, about a 5-hour drive away, together with their 2-year-old daughter Murphy and their giant African snail, Aquaman. The couple had signed up Aquaman for a previous race in 24, but just as they were headed to Fanglin, Lin went into labor. Now the whole family returned to cheer on Aquaman. Also, 2 years ago. Yeah, that's great. Despite being larger than most of its homegrown competitors, which had been picked out from local gardens on the side of the road, Aquaman was rather slow. I mean, he has more weight to pull. Once the race started, 8 and 9 other snails were placed near the center of a round table covered with thin vinyl sheets. The first to reach the edge of the table was crowned the winner. Oh, so they don't race each other, they just race the environment. That's pretty cool. The absolute champion was Gage, or Brother Snail. Its owner, 39-year-old Tanya Lin from Hualien, had been raising the snail since 24 when it also won one race. This year, Brother Snail crossed the 33-centimeter or 13-inch tablecloth in 3 minutes and 3 seconds. The performance earned a top spot on Tiny Stadium and a prize of organic sweet potato leaves. Delicious! Besides the snail race, the local government has been trying to attract tourism by offering guided e-bike tours with the stops at historic tobacco barns, Japanese colonial era buildings, and Hakka Minority Museum. Oh, there's a Hakka minority there. The idea of a slower pace of life was compelling enough to attract university students, Annette Lin and Tanya Liu, who rode the train for about 30 minutes from Hualien on Saturday, the 2nd of May, to check out the Snail race and Fenglin's slow vibes. The friends found the competition unique and enjoyed Fenglin's leisurely pace, but only as respite from the busy city life. I think for a travel trip, it's a great choice, Liu said. But maybe living here would not really be my dream choice. I love living in a slow place where nothing happens. Sign me up. I'm moving to Taiwan. Just kidding. The story has been corrected to change the name of the competitor from Kelvin to Kevin. So they accidentally called somebody Kelvin. Kelvin Hong! No, his real name is Kevin Hong. Alright, that's funny. That's also a little goofiness there. Kelvin! Whoops, typo. At least you know AI didn't write the story.
Right. Or you
maybe it did.
read it yeah. That may be, right? Is that it?
Yep, that's it. My snail race.
Okay. Okay, in a village. There we go. Okay. Here's your limerick. Here comes your dandy limerick. In a village. Here we go. In a village on Taiwan. I can't even read. In a village on Taiwan Isle, the main event is less than a mile. The contestants race at a snail's pace. This victory lap will take a while. Yeah, hey.
Great. Okay, our next story and our next limerick is some drama in Singapore. I guess we're staying in Asia for a little while here, where a French teen has been arrested for licking straws in public, or I guess public straws. We'll read the whole story here. It's from Gavin Blackburn on Euronews. Singapore, a small, densely populated city-state in Southeast Asia, tightly regulates public behavior and cleanliness. A French teen is facing mischief and public nuisance charges in Singapore after posting a video on social media of himself licking a straw from an orange juice vending machine and then putting it back in. I mean, I know French kissing is a thing, but this is too much. Didier Gaspard Owen Maximilian. Nobody could have such a pretentious name to do such a pretentious thing. Was charged on April 24th and hasn't entered a plea. Didier, so Didier Gaspard Owen Maximilian. Yeah. Didier Gaspard Owen Maximilian. My best French there. The city-state's largest English language newspaper, The Straits Times, said it hasn't entered a plea yet. He allegedly committed the offense at a shopping mall on the 12th of March. Wow, he's been in custody since then, or at least been charged since the 12th. His video spread rapidly when it surfaced, the report said. The teen was granted court permission on today, the 6th of May, to travel to Manila from the 2nd to the 25th of May for a school trip and required for his graduation, the Straits Times said. Wait, so he's French, but he's from... I'm confused. He's French, but he's going to Manila? Maybe he's in an international school in Manila?
Wait, was this Singapore? What's going on here?
Yes. He's 18. He's from France. Maybe he's going to school in Manila. Yeah, because I was like, he's 18, he's from France, but he's got permission to go to Manila for a school trip that is required for his graduation. So I guess he was in custody until the 2nd of May, where they let him travel to go to a school required trip, basically. He's due back in court on the 29th of May. Mischief carries a penalty of up to 2 years in prison or a fine or both, while public nuisance is less severe with up to 3 months in prison or a fine or both. iJuice, the company operating the juice vending machine, filed a police report and sanitized the dispenser while replacing all 500 straws in the machine just to make sure. So it cost them money, right? Because they had to make sure there's not a licked straw in the machine. It said it would upgrade its machines to include measures such as individually packaged straws in straw compartments that unlock only after a transaction is completed. So I guess they just had straws like in a little holder, like a cup holder, and you could just take one so you could drink your drink. And somebody took advantage of that and licked the straw. So now they have to invent a whole new system. Just because of this one guy. A great example of one guy can ruin a good thing.
They have caning. Singapore has caning, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect example for why you need that. You need it for this. Yes. Cane this motherfucker until he can't walk.
I don't believe in corporal punishment, but you can do that, yeah. He does. Roger does. Instead, it would upgrade its machines to include measures such as individual. Oh, we already talked about that. Lawyers for the teen.
This kind of behavior.
Who is studying in a French business school in he's studying in a French business school in Singapore, declined to comment on the case when contacted. Singapore, a small, densely populated city-state, tightly regulates public behavior and cleanliness. This includes restrictions like severe limits on import of chewing gum and strong penalties for littering and vandalism. Yeah, everyone in Europe always talks about that. It's like, if you're in Singapore, that would be a $10,000 fine to drop like a piece of trash on the floor and leave it there. Like, people would probably even snitch on you and turn you in.
I got a better punishment, but it's in my limerick. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in my limerick.
Give me a limerick. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. Right. There once was a lad. We don't say man in limericks. We say lad because it's Irish. There once was a lad with a tongue who delighted in killing people's fun. But the video we saw was literally the last straw before caning or perhaps pelting him with dung. Pelt him with dung. Just throw shit at him in public.
Interesting use of rhyming tongue with fun there.
This straw liquor. Put him in jail. I'm sure his cellmate will appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why I said it. It's up to 2 years. Up to 2 years in jail for this. So he could get it. His roommate, his cellmate will be happy about his talented tongue. He'll have one happy roommate. God.
Anyway, let's,
don't think he deserves that for this, but anyways, next story or next segue.
He can make some money. He can make some profits. He can be very popular in prison.
Next is a haiku. We're all poetry today.
Haikuing, huh? Okay, so
your
we're
first weird and wacky story.
2 stories. Our stories are very short this morning. USA Today, Mike Stunson as this is from yesterday, but today there isn't an update. I guess he hasn't climbed on unless he's done during the show. Still early. Despite saying he would soon come down, a protester has remained atop the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge, Washington, D.C. since May 1st, impacting traffic and extending a days-long standoff with police. It's not a standoff with police. Police don't have to do anything. All the police have to do is stand there and talk to him on the radio, on the telephone, because he has his telephone. He's doing TV interviews. He must have bought a battery pack for his phone, or he's using it limited lately. Anyway, Guido Reichstatter, that's his name, Guido Reichstatter, climbed the 160-foot bridge on Friday, which is shaped like an arc. It's a big arc bridge, so he climbed the top of an arc. Then he draped a black banner and set up a tent while making a bridge his home for the past 4 days. Here's what to know about Reichstatter's protest and how it's affecting locals in the nation capital. After Reichstatter climbed the bridge, he identified himself as a protester, writing on social media that he's calling on people in the United States immediate end to the Trump's regime, illegal war in Iran, and removal of the regime power through mass nonviolent direct action and non-cooperation. Yeah, the general strike. He has posted on X throughout his protest, reminding his followers of his cause as he thwarts attempts from DC police to bring him down. There's no way to bring him down. He'll come down when he's tired. He'll come down when he's hungry, Mom. That's the old one. The kid that climbs the tree. Mm-hmm. The Trump regime occupied the office of the U.S. executive is prosecuting a criminal war Let's do this again. The Trump regime occupying the office of the U.S. executive is prosecuting a criminal war of aggression against the nation of Iran, enabled by the refusal of Congress to assert its congressional power and by the continued submission of the majority of the U.S. population to this intolerable state of affairs without effective civil resistance, he wrote on social media, saying it is public's responsibility to deny and violently put an end to Trump's presidency. Rex Stoddard said on May 4th he hasn't eaten in 4 days. But previously told News Nation he went on a 30-day hunger strike while protesting AI outside the Anthropic headquarters. He has water, however. Well, it's going to rain today, maybe. Maybe you just put your canteen out there and collect some rainwater. I've got the stamina to stay here for a bit longer, he told WTOP Monday. Rex Stoddard's protest has caused lanes to shut down on the Frederick Douglass Memorial Bridge, but lanes reopened for traffic late Monday morning. Tuesday morning, all lanes were open for traffic, but the pedestrian walkway was closed, according to the Metropolitan Area Transportation Coordination Center program thing. If he stays on top of the bridge until Tuesday night, it's unclear how his protest could impact people traveling nearby Washington Nationals game. Poor people, like, oh, our lives are inconvenienced. Oh, cry. My efforts have had an impact on the national community, on the local community. My efforts have had impacts on the local community, its people. My desire not to harm, but to work in communication, to lift up and to contribute what strength I can to the ongoing struggle for rights and freedom, which this community has been engaged in for years, Rex Stoddard said on Sunday. Police said Monday that negotiation will remain at the scene. Now, I watched live negotiation. They're just cops just talking to him on the phone. How you doing? I'm okay. How you doing? That's about it. Ain't much the cops can do until he comes down to arrest him. We're going to arrest you as soon as we come down. He's like, yep, I know it comes with the territory. I knew that when I climbed up here. All right. Got anything else for me? See you later. There's your story. Let's have a haiku about climbing the Frederick Douglass Bridge. Of course, Frederick Douglass, famously a freed slave, freed himself. He ran away, and he educated himself, and he became one of your most ardent abolitionists.
His what? What did you say? Sorry, you kind of broke up there.
More. You want to repeat everything?
No, just that, he's something. You said he was a something, but then it broke up.
Abolitionist.
Abolitionist. There you go. I was like, what did you say? Yes, abolitionist.
And I said, look, and he would stand in front of a crowd and use big words and go, oh my God, a slave can talk with big words. Holy shit, we're all stupid. We're all
done. I mean, there's a lot of people in Appalachia who can't speak, but we don't need to hate on Appalachia anymore.
Eloquent. The word eloquent.
Eloquence,
I didn't hear him talk myself. I've been to Frederick Douglass' home.
Roger is old enough to have been there when Frederick Douglass did his first speech.
We had tea. No, I've been to his home. It's in Rochester, New York.
All right, my haiku.
Anywho.
Feet on steel and stove,
right.
Voices rise, a fleeting echo, victory, whimpers.
Victory whimpers. Why is victory whimpering?
Because he's not going to get what he wants, right? He's not going to... He's protesting, but he's not going to get what he wants, so...
Protesters ever get what they want? They ever get what they want? Nope.
Yeah, sometimes.
But you know what? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. All right, and we'll start our next, let's see, I guess that one was 2 to 3, 5 to 6. Jeez, I don't know. Okay, let's do New Jersey. Let's do the other viral video, I guess. There's a viral video in NBC News. Driver in New Jersey Turnpike hurt. He was hurt. He's in the hospital. Poor guy. He'll hopefully recovers. Hopefully full recovery. But again, United Airlines is going to pay. They're going to pay. Driver in a New Jersey Turnpike hurt as United Airlines hits a pole on approaching New Jersey Airport. I've flown by this airport. It's right off Interstate 95. You just right by it, man. And planes are just landing right next to you all the time. People just get used to it. United Airlines, this is from 5-3 writers. I can't count anymore. Joe Kotke, Jay Blackman, Emma Coughlin from a United Airlines plane hit a light pole during its final approach in Newark Liberty International Airport, injuring a driver on the New Jersey Turnpike and damaging the aircraft. Officials said Sunday flight UA-169, a Boeing 767 carrying 221 passengers and 10. I saw 2 zeros. They were like a line. Okay. And 10 crew members struck an object over the southbound New Jersey Turnpike. No, the object was a light pole, dude. That wasn't an object. They're causing a damage to a light post and a tractor trailer traveling south on the Turnpike. A Port Authority Police Department said. Was that a tractor trailer? I thought it was just a van. I guess it was a tractor trailer. A source familiar with the situation confirmed to the police, no, it looked like a van, man, because you could see the stuff in the back. You can't see the stuff in the back in a tractor trailer. Maybe it hit a tractor trailer. Maybe it hit somebody else. I don't know. Anyway, let's go on with it. A source familiar with the situation confirmed that a piece of the light post struck the vehicle. The driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries and has been released. So I guess he's not in the hospital anymore. He's still getting, they're getting a settlement. A flight originated in Venice, Italy. Maybe a pilot not familiar with the airport. Landed around 2 p.m., the department said. It landed safely and taxied to the gate normally, with no injuries reported at port. Yeah, it taxied normally after it landed abnormally. A United Airlines spokesman said, sorry, man. A dashcam video shared with NBC News and the World. A loud whizzing sound can be heard before the glass breaks. A piece of light pole hits the truck while the driver is traveling on a turnpike. Chuck Paterakis, the overseas transportation for Schmidt Bakery, said the driver was transporting products for the company when the incident occurred. Paterakis said the driver's injuries included glass in an arm and a hand. It's a miracle. How is it a miracle? It's a miracle a plane landed on me. Oh, thank you for the plane landed on me. Thank you for the miracle. What the hell? Ain't no damn miracle. It's a miracle, Paterakis told the NBC News. It could have been dramatically worse, or it could have been better. Did you ever think of that? Also could have been better. That would have been a miracle. The pilot doing his job would have been nice. It's not a miracle when they land a plane on your vehicle. It's just not a miracle. I'm sorry. Not a miracle. Port Authority police said the plane sustained minor damage, and the United said its maintenance team was evaluating the aircraft. We will conduct a rigorous flight safety
investigation. Nobody here is worried about the aircraft. Oh, I hope the aircraft's okay. I hope it didn't hurt its wheel.
And our crew is, well, it's gonna fly again. And our crew has been removed from the service as part of the process. What? Yeah, your crew.
Yeah, they're probably in shock. They think they killed somebody.
I hope they're not. No, freaking remove both of the pilots for sure. If you let them fly until we figure out who's the idiot. And I don't think the flight attendants should be punished for this. Airport staff members inspected the runway for debris and normal operations, and the work resumed quickly, Port Authority police said. FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board confirmed they are investigating. Oh, good luck. Who knows if they like 5 people in that department anymore. An investigator arrived Monday to interview the flight crew, the NTSB said. So this incident happened a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
It said the incident has been classified as an accident due to the extent of the damage to the airplane. Its primary support is expected in 30 days. Well, the driver's in good condition. Was released to the hospital. That's good news. Just another thing happening that's weird. Haiku time.
For me, the whole weird part of that story is just like, oh, we better talk about the airplane. I'm like, I get that has to fly, but if it can't fly, just put it in the trash heap, I guess. Oh,
yeah, we don't know the driver's
update you
name,
on the airplane.
See his face.
Yeah.
Unless they blurred the video, they show his face. I mean.
Okay, my haiku is:
Anywho.
Steel bird in the sky, unseen peril on the road. Life pauses in shock. It's a miracle. It's a miracle!
Right on. Let's have us a spin.
Let's spin again.
And a spin. Oh my goodness. Today's gonna be a tough one, man.
Accurate metaphor and simile. For my next stories. The first one, coming out of Plymouth, the UK, as another World War II device has been found, as it always is, because these things were just thrown out of the sky and they landed somewhere and never went off. And then somebody's like, hey, I found a bomb in my backyard. This is from Rebecca Whitaker on The Independent. More than 1,000 homes have been evacuated and schools have been closed in Plymouth after suspected World War II device was discovered on a building site. A 400-meter cordon has been put in place in the Southway area of the city, and residents have been told to stay with friends or family or go to nearby evacuation center, which has been set up. Police were called to Flamborough Road at about 2:30 p.m. today. Wait, that can't make it. It must have been last week. Can't be today. It hasn't even been 2:30 p.m. yet today. It must have been last week on 2:30. When was this reported? Give me a date. Yeah, okay, so it was last week. This happened last week, but hey, like I said, there wasn't a lot of stories, so I had to cover things from last week. It was reported on Thursday last week. So, as of 2:30 p.m. on the 29th of April, and military bomb dispersal experts later extended the cordon for 200 meters to 400 meters in the evening to ensure the safety of residents while specialist teams assessed the area. Royal Navy Unexploded Ordnance UXO specialists worked through the night to assess the device and determine the safest way to make the 250 kilogram airdropped weapon secure. That's a lot of kilograms. And yeah, okay, I'm looking at it now. It's very big. It's probably half my body size. It is important to note
that it will kill. Yeah. It will kill your grams, your grandpa, everybody.
It is important to note that the UXO specialists will not be able to make the device safe until they are reassured that the area has been evacuated. Whilst we appreciate that is inconvenient, we do ask that people support this evacuation for the safety of themselves and others, Plymouth City Council said. Specialist enhanced X-ray equipment has now arrived on site, allowing Royal Navy UXO experts to continue the detailed assessment of the device, as it was said last Thursday. Plymouth City Council is supporting the work by providing more than 400 tons of sand, which is being used by specialists to build a mitigation structure to help stabilize and secure the device while assessment continues, it added. Several primary schools had been temporarily closed, including Oakwood Primary School and Acorns Preschool, which are located within 400 meters of the safety cordon. Although Beechwood Primary School is not currently within the cordon, it sits close to the affected area and has been closed to avoid potential disruption during the school day should the cordon need to be expanded. And also, all the other kids are jealous, right? They don't have to go to school because they're in a bomb zone. That's not fair. Okay, you don't get to go to school either. Plymouth City Council has told residents to leave their windows open and turn off the stop tap to isolate water in their property. The council warned that it is possible residents will lose water supply while the operation is underway. They might have to cut through something. The council also told residents to pack enough clothes and essentials for the next 2 days to remember to bring medications, power banks, and important household documents. Inspector Gareth Hammett from Devon and Cornwall Police said, "We would like to thank you for your cooperation. People in the affected communities have been brilliant. We would like them to continue to respect the cordons we have in place, as public safety is our priority. If possible, people should avoid travel to the area. We will seek to resolve the incident as quickly as possible. We do not underestimate the impact and the inconvenience that the incident has caused, but we will like to reassure public we are working quickly with our partners to try and bring this incident to conclusion." An MOD spokesperson said, Army and Navy EOD teams are supporting Devon and Cornwall Police with an ongoing incident in Plymouth, following the discovery of a historic unexploded 250 kg airdropped weapon. So, I don't know if there's any updates on this story because this happened last Wednesday. Sometimes they put it at the bottom of the story, updates, but nothing here. No updates on it, but I think they probably cleared it up. No, I think we'd be talking about an explosion if it blew up, so nobody's talking about any explosions. So I think everything went off without a hitch, but yeah, the dangers of war here. You get a giant bomb that's laying there. I'm ready for your haiku, your metaphor, or simile.
About to smash my phone. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, like a long lost time capsule of better times, right? That's what these bombs are. These bombs they keep finding, like a long lost time capsule of better. Sorry, I mean bitter times. I read that wrong.
Bitter. I was like, better times.
Bitter.
Getting bombed? I was gonna say. It's like, the good old days when we had to hide in the bunker. Next story.
Do I have a
This
story
is
or-
really short. This is a really short story.
Oh.
It's more like an update about a Hungarian surgeon who performed heart surgery on the street. This is from Ivan Vilsek, coming off of Novinky Czechia paper. Air rescuers from the Hungarian Air Rescue nonprofit LTD were called to an unspecified Hungarian city on Sunday, which would have been the 3rd of May, to a knife attack on a 30-year-old man. Dubosiski, who is the chief surgeon at the National Cancer Institute and also assists air rescue services, said on the scene that transporting the patient to a hospital would be risky and the procedure had to be performed on site. Preparing the patient for a procedure took 5 to 10 minutes. The website OnCall.hu reported that Dubosky then opened the patient's chest directly on the street outside the sterile environment of the operating room and without modern equipment. Within 7 minutes, he sewed up the patient's heart, thereby stabilizing him from further procedures, the website reported. So I guess he got stabbed in his chest area, maybe in his heart. It's like, yeah, we can't move him. All that moving is going to make his heart pump, and we need to close up this wound. An ambulance then transported the man to hospital for further treatment. According to the Oncology Institute, the circumstances of the procedure were unprecedented in Hungary and even a rare event at European level. Yeah, I hope people aren't doing street surgery normally anywhere, because that's really bad state of society.
Street
That's
surgery.
why this is a wacky and weird news, right? Somebody got stabbed in the heart, basically. I'm reading the original story from the
Stabbed in the heart,
Hungary.
and you're to blame.
The chief physician made the decision following the strict professional protocols of air rescue, but adapting it to emergency situation. The intervention must be performed immediately on site. Yeah, it just says, they sewed him back up, but they didn't say what exactly was the problem. I was hoping there would be like, because of, a stab in the ventricle or something. I was hoping they'd give me a little bit more of a medical mumbo jumbo to explain what happened. But that's my short story on a street surgery that I guess went off without a hitch, because there no news on him dying in the OR or anything. He was able to get to a hospital.
It's like fast food. Sorry, it's like fast food. Maybe they can open a branch, like just drive up, do your surgery in your car, recline a little bit. I don't know. I guess it's like fast food surgery. There's your metaphor, your simile. I don't know how else to compare it to. McDonald's is opening a surgery center.
The department, the oncology, Mick Oncology.
McDonald's. Mick-O-R. Mick-O-R. No, that doesn't work. O-R doesn't roll off the tongue.
Mick-O-R.
Got two more short stories. Two more short stories for today's. Well, not so short. One's not short. Did you spit?
Now it's time for a mixed metaphor.
All right, real life WKRP. We watched that show. We watched a bunch of episodes.
The first season, yeah.
We watched the whole series, but APnews.com, real life WKRP in Cincinnati has radio listeners stoked. That's right, and it says
They're
here.
stoked.
Isn't bad as of Monday. As of Monday, it's living on the air in Cincinnati. The call letters from the fictional in a CBS sitcom were adopted by a trio of adult hit stations in time for Monday's morning drive And co-owner Jeff Ziesman described listeners as stoked. Our phones have been mobbed this morning, and as I am sure you can imagine, 3 stations in Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and Dayton, Ohio simulcast the station's programming, and listeners are now hearing them all identified as WKRP. They will continue to follow music from the 60s to the 80s with an emphasis on the 1970s they've had under the brand. AP correspondent Julie Walker reports that the real WKRP radio comes to Cincinnati decades after the sitcom about a fictional station. The owners obtained the call letters by making a donation to a North Carolina nonprofit whose low station had them since 2014. Zeman said a full power station like his can use the same call letters because WKRP LP it's considered a separate class of station under federal regulation. That's cool. He said the nonprofit donation wasn't a direct purchase of the call letters. It was a purchase of the right to apply to the Federal Communications Commission with the North Carolina group's cooperation. Okay, so he gave them money and they said, yeah, we'll cooperate, but we got a price. The show WKRP Cincinnati ran from 1978 to 1982 and starred Lonnie Anderson, Howard Hessman, Tim Reed, Richard Sanders, and humbling Les Nessman. Sanders provided a very Nessman-like comment by email with the actor saying, I've spoken with Les Nessman regarding the resurrection of WKRP in Cincinnati, and after the failure of his dream to replace Walter Cronkite on the CBS Evening News, he is hopeful that he can resume his duties as the news, sports, weather, traffic, and farm report director at WKRP. I think we can all hope that WKRP will return to the airwaves with more music and less Nessman, Sanders said, echoing a big joke on the comedy series. More music and less Nessman. There's your fun story about maybe Richard Sanders can go on the show. And Tim Reed's still around. He can do his Venus flytrap. I don't know if any of the rest of the guys are still around. I think Andy Travis, but he was never on the air. So there's your show. There's your story.
Well, hopefully they don't get any turkeys in a basket case. That's the only episode I can remember right now. The turkey episode. Just jumping out of a plane, skydiving, a rope.
They better have a Thanksgiving Day special show, right?
Yeah, that was a crazy. Yeah. For anybody, well, nobody's seen it because I've never released it on the. Maybe I'll release it one day when I have time. But for anybody who's never seen the show, there was a lot of surreal episodes of just like ridiculous things happening that, to be honest, in these days and ages, aren't that ridiculous anymore because our reality is so ridiculous that you could actually see these things actually happening now.
Yeah, realistic radio station, by the way. The promo crap, they got a lot of that stuff right. Mm-hmm. You know, like the guy in the chicken suit, crap. Or the guy in the carp suit. Remember they had the WKRP stood for carp. Yeah, just stuff like that. Yeah. And we're going to do this story. Speaking of, well, we talked about amusing radio stations. There's other amusements in this country, like Disneyland. Is it Disneyland or Disney World? I'm not sure. It's one of the Disneys anyway. A couple lives there. They've lived there for over half the year at Disney World. And how much it costs? This is from People Magazine's Colson Thayer. The Ewing family spends over half the year living at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. They follow a 26 days in, 24 hours out rule at the campsite and share their lifestyle on Instagram. Despite the high cost of living at Disney World, the couple says they prioritize making memories with their kids. How much time can you spend at Disneyland? Seriously. Every 26 days, the Ewing family has magic down to a science. Lauren and Adam Ewing and their 2 kids, 10 and 12, pack up their RV to spend 24 hours outside the semi-permanent campsite in Central Florida. The day starts out like any other with a family walk or breakfast, some homeschooling, but 11 a.m. all their stuff has to be gone. Yeah, they can only stay there for 26 days. Time to go. Controlled chaos, Adam 41 described the family now routine procedure to people. The process is a frequent feature on the family's Instagram page. If you follow Instagram, the property's 26 days in for 26. I'm sorry, let's do this again. The property's 26 days in for 24 hours out rule, as Lauren calls it, is one of the downsides of living there. But in return, there's abundance of family-friendly activities available at their fingertips. After all, the Ewings live at the most magical place on earth. What do you do for a living?
Is it still magic if you're there all the time, though? I don't know.
They're on shrooms. Anything's magical if you're on shrooms. We laid in bed last night at 10 o'clock, and we could hear fireflies are magical. And we could hear the fireworks going off the Magic Kingdom, and couldn't sleep because, hey, knock it off. Adam says at the campsites, Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. Most RV parks don't get stuff like that. You know, a little bit of Disney magic. Fireworks, That's it. That's okay. Okay, then, whatever. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, after Ewings experienced some life-changing events, we're not sure what that means yet. The family purchased an RV and left their 10,140 acres of land outside Athens, Georgia. It was an effort to venture out and travel the country as a family. They left their home and they sold it. Leaving your home. This is like a wise thing.
We just left it there and we're just still paying the mortgage, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Taxes. Nobody will pay taxes. I don't know. But in between trips to chase snow in Utah, ski in Canada, or summer in Vermont, the family happily sets sights at home at Disney World. This is depressing. Florida, you think you're seeing things and you're staying in Florida. My Lord.
Well, if they're happy, they're happy, you know? I mean, I don't think they're lying about being happy.
I guess. Define happy. This has just always been our go-to place. Adam, a real estate developer. Our moon was spent at Disney World. Once you get to go living full-time in the RV, we go somewhere. This is our place to come back to. And we develop a community of friends here. We never want to leave. Oh, my God. Lauren, a stay-at-home mom, estimates the family spends about 60 to 70% of their year living at the resort, but that's only if they get the itch to travel elsewhere. Do they not have the house? I'm unclear on that. They sold the house, and that's why they can afford this. Anyway, if we do leave this year, we'll probably go from like July to August and then come right back, Lauren says. But there's been 1 year we were here the whole time. Although the family members are annual pass holders, a membership program offering year-long passes to Walt Disney World properties, the Ewings don't spend every day at the parks. Most of the time, it is the normal life, working out, doing schoolwork, regular work. They won't go to the parks, mostly at night. Last night, just me and him rode the boat over and got a funnel cake. Walked around, came home. Oh, well, you got free pass to Disney, so why not? We don't do the whole day at the park unless somebody's in town. But living a Disney lifestyle comes with a Disney price tag. We try to eat most of our meals here, Lawrence says to the campground, because we can get caught up eating at Disney Bubble if we're not careful. And before you know it, we have in home in a week or two. Oh my God, it's gonna be great food, huh? Oh, let's have funnel cake again. Candy for dinner again. The reservation fees are another costly expense. The couple says the price to reserve an RV slot varies by season, but during the last spring break season, it was about $300 a night. Oh my God, how expensive is it to live in for your hometown? Anyway, I have no idea who these people are and how they can afford this shit. So it was like $8,000 for 26 days.
And that's why this is wacky and weird. That's why this is wacky and weird news, because what the hell is going on?
But the price tag is well worth it for the family. I grew up in a generation, if you have to go to school to get a college degree, work 40 hours to enjoy 20 before you die. And it's like, no, man, my kids are little once. My kids are little once. I want to enjoy them while they're little. I want to reap the benefits of my success while kids are... What did you do? Did you invent something? What's your success? He adds, I don't want to be 70 years old and look back and say, man, I wish I went to the Disney trip and driving. You're going to be 70 and go, man, I spent all my time at some artificial entertainment center. That's what you're going to do. Not sure why this guy did for a living. I assume it was illegal because pounds. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, they live at Disney basically. So there's your story. They're weirdos. Their kids are not going to be normal. They're just going to be, oh my God, I grew up at Disney. Okay. Maybe they'll be comedians. Maybe they'll be Steve Martin.
Yeah. I
maybe
mean,
they'll be Steve
Disney adults is a thing. Disney adults is a thing that a lot of people participate in. I'm definitely didn't participate in that, but I don't participate in any sort of overly obsessive fandoming. You know, my life is defined by this brand ISP kind of thing.
Yeah, I never.
So I don't relate to it either.
I never understood the attraction of Mickey Mouse other than it just being a brand. I was like, huh? Why do people like this? This is dumb.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I watch comics that are funny. I don't know what you watch them for, but I watch them to laugh. I don't watch them to go, oh, that's a really talented cartoonist that drew that. I don't watch it for that. Sorry. I watch it for entertainment. I've never thought Donald Duck was the least entertaining. Mickey Mouse, I have no idea what the hell he's about. I no idea.
You can lead a Disney adult to water, but you can't make it drink. So there you go. That's your mixed metaphor. And you shouldn't actually make it drink because all the water in Disney is full of alligators. A lot of people don't know that.
Of course,
there's alligators in the water. Not even Disney can stop them from moving in. Okay.
Of course, we all know Disney is nothing but a big evil corporation. That's all it is. And they're just ruining all of our. They bought ABC years ago, and they basically said, "Look, the president got mad. Let's throw Jimmy Kimmel off the air for no reason." Yeah, that's Disney. They're the guys, and they capitulated to a boycott almost immediately. So they're weak too. They're weak. They have no. So again, Disney.
But a reminder, there's just people out there who, don't think about this stuff because it's stressful.
I know.
It's way easier to simplify everything into, I just enjoyed Spider-Man, and that's it,
Yep, and their kids are going to be totally disconnected from the real world just like they are. And probably serial killers are comedians.
Yeah, I love escapism too, but that's what this show is for, so I don't escapism too much because I would love to just spend all my days in a video game, right? That is about a different world, nothing related to our real world, and I can just, my problem is dragons, or the dungeon doesn't have enough loot. Oh, what a terrible problem to have.
I can't speak for everybody, but I live in a simulation, so it's impossible for me to stop being in a video game because I live in one. I'm in a simulation. How did my glasses end up in my hand? Who put them there? I didn't put them there.
You're so obsessed with that. Okay, let's get our next segue.
I'm telling you, man. It's just one of those things that just makes me wonder.
News. That's having something. Our next, tell a joke.
News.
More jokes.
Did you ever have
jokes?
Tell a joke. All right.
All right. This is going to be slightly long, so write 15 jokes if you have to. That might be jokes in the story. This is from David Morquand on Euronews Culture about the underestimated Welsh export, the Super Furry Animals. Heard of them? Good. In the Purge, you survive. Super Furry what now? We've got you covered. When you think of Welsh artists, chances are you might wander to Bonnie Tyler and Tom Jones. Connoisseurs will mention Manic Street Preachers, Feeder, Funeral for a Friend, Stereophonics, Catatonia, and Joy Formidable. You're forgetting Bullet for My Valentine. They're Welsh too.
Wrong. No. You know what I think of? Who just got a statue in Wales last week? The Monty Python guy.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, sure. Yeah, you don't remember his name, though. You didn't say his name.
No. I can't think of anybody's name.
That guy's not named that I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, the joke is, they didn't mention Bullet for My Valentine, which is also Welsh. However, even they would be missing the most important band, hail from Cymru. Super Furry Animals. If you haven't had the pleasure yet, this Welsh rock group was formed in Cardiff in '93, which is before I was born, led by singer-guitarist Gruff Rhys and feature actor Rhys Ifans, because it's probably Welsh. Rhys Ifans. On lead vocals during an earlier...
Damn it. I knew his name.
Okay. Anyways, I'm going to read my story now. And featuring actor Rhys Ifans on lead vocals during an early incarnation of the band. The five-piece were at the forefront of what many referred to as the Renaissance of Welsh culture in the 90s. I didn't know they had a Renaissance of Welsh culture. That's cool. While Oasis and Blur were battling it out over the soul of Britpop, Super Furry Animals were letting the children bicker and went out doing their thing. A delirious mix of strange pop, psychedelic rock, and experimental panache, which could have been more in contrast than their current music trends. In case you're wondering, Jan va when get Gok, I can't say it, the longest town in Wales. It's because it's in Welsh and their letters are different than the English pronunciation. Because it's a different language. Was an attempt to set a Guinness World Record for the longest EP title. It reportedly translates to Naughty Smoke, a reference to cannabis. Okay, so their longest album is about cannabis. This month, Super Furry Animals have released Pre-Creation and Percolation, a collection of rarities, B-sides, and demos. They'd be lying if they said it wasn't a good starting point if you're not familiar with the band. It's their anthology album. It's a lengthy beast of a record, which will delight die-hard fans looking to explore the band's formative years. However, it could alienate those seeking a way in. With this in mind, here's a look back at the band's innovative and oft underestimated oeuvre of a beginner's guide to the furry animals. It's worth saying that the first two albums in this ranking are pretty much interchangeable. However, the tough decisions had to be made, and the top spot goes to Rings Around the World, SFA's fifth studio album. Arguably, I can't speak now, arguably the most polished offering. The LP is also banned the most eclectic, features prog rock psychedelia, radio-friendly hits, and the perfect combination of experimental production and immediately accessible melodies. There are too many good... Oh, sorry, I accidentally out-tabbed. Back. There are too many good tracks to select an obvious standout, from drawing Rings Around the World, It's Not an End of the World, to juxtaposed with a U and Run, Christian Run. This is a blast from start to finish. It's also the best entry point into the Super Furry Animals discography, as well as a central record for any fans of alternative rock. Fuzzy Logic from 1996 is a tricky call for the second spot, but there's no use denying the glorious, quirky mission statement that is the Furries' debut album, Fuzzy Logic. Plus, it turns 30 this year. Straight out of the gate, the band showed, how was it turned 30 this year when I'm 32? I guess it came out 2 years after the band started in 1993, but the album came out 3 years later. I guess they just had EPs before. Yeah, that's probably it. This is their debut album, but they had EPs before. Straight out of the gate, the band showed that they weren't interested in established Britpop sound, and they knew exactly what they were doing in the terms of glam rock infused psychedelia. Standouts include God, Show Me Magic, the wonderful If You Don't Want Me to Destroy You, the Beach Boys' reminiscent Bad Behavior, and their top 20 hit, Something for the Weekend. And in case you were curious about the album cover, it's a series of Polaroid shots of Welsh drug smuggler, folk hero, and drug legislation campaigner Howard Marks, who obviously didn't advocate Euronews doesn't advocate for exclusive use of Devil's Cabbage, but safe to say that this solid soundtrack for those kind of evenings. Okay, so I guess you have to listen to these guys while you're high. I mean, psychedelic rock. It really was a toss-up between Radiator and Fuzzy Logic for their third pick, which, with Radiator, still you won't find many debut albums boasting the confidence, so they stuck with the third spot. Showcasing surreal lyrics like dormant vices turned on their devices, now she's raising money for sex appeal, and when she grazed her knee upon the AstroTurf, all their blood turned green on the TV screamed. And play it cool. Pop Gems, Demons, great song titles, the international language of screaming, and fan favorites Herman Loves Pauline. This is a masterful album which established SFA as the Flaming Lips EO counterpart. Oh, so I probably won't like any of their music, is what it sounds like. I don't think I like a single Flaming Lips song. Kicking off with a brilliant triple tap of Hello Sunshine, Liberty Bell, and Golden Retriever. Arguably SFA's strongest album opening, Phantom Power is a great sister record to Rings Around the World. It also contains the band's greatest closing song, Slow Life. So what about a middle section? A selective, tuneful, mellow at times, transcendent songs which are perfect antidote to dark times. So why so low on the list? I mean, it's not really low on the list. Phantom Power is number 4. It's 5 albums. Like, how many albums do they have? 12? So why so low on the list? Probably because Phantom Powers is in many ways feels like the greatest hits of sorts, combining elements of their previous 5 albums and polishing the merger. Nothing wrong with that, but it does lack a sense of surprise for those familiar with their work. Still a cracking record. And finally, Gorilla from 1999 was something of a turning point for the Furries. Following their terrific Ice Hockey Hair EP, the band expanded their music palette to include more electronic sensibilities. They experimented with sampler and introduced more danceable techno-even sounds to their brand of psychedelic pop. The lead single, Northern Lights, spelled L-I-T-E as in lighting up, and its calypso horns and steel drums exemplify the positive sound of Gorilla, while Do or Die is colorfully daft rock perfection in just 2 minutes. The album does feature a couple of fillers, but on whole, it's very underrated. So there is your, I guess, album to listen to if you want some weird and wacky psychedelic rock pop from the 90s with really weird, I mean, I'm seeing like the videos, and the videos are also very weird. And I guess celebrate Wells. Okay. Wells doesn't get enough love. So give Wells some love.
All right.
It's not unusual to be an animal.
You just stole my joke. It's not unusual to like Welsh music. There you go. There's a kind of a joke. I don't know. There's not really a joke in there. There's no Welsh jokes, by the way. None that I understand.
Nothing about Wales? Or did you look him up and you were like, I don't get it?
Not funny. I don't know why I'm reading this. It isn't funny. I don't understand the references. I have no idea what they're laughing at or hitting at.
What's the best? Yeah, here you go. Reddit. The best Welsh joke. I once dated a girl from the valley just 36 double D's. It was a ridiculous long last name. Oh, that's just a joke about how they have long words in Wales.
Well, 12 or 13 jokes about sheep.
I
didn't know Wales was famous for sheep too. I thought it was for coal mines.
Yeah, they are. They are famous for sheep. Because a lot of people are found guilty of sleeping with sheep. It's just like in the news. So I can explain this joke. 36 double D's. So double D is a popular used combination in Welsh names. It actually makes the word sound F, not the sound D. So she had 36 double D's in her name. She had a ridiculously long last name. She had 36 double D's. So that was
I was trying to think. I know Welsh joke. Plant. I know Robert Plant lives there because he thinks it's like the shot or something. So maybe I could have made a Robert Plant pun, right? I don't know. But no real good jokes. Other than it's not unusual. I just stole it right before I started singing it. That's weird. This is why I think
here's another joke I found. A farmer sees a man about to drink from a stream on the other side of his field. He knows that a sheep has died that morning upstream. Ofana, don't drink from there, is on a sign. He shouts whilst waving his arms wildly, and the man shouts back, "What's that you say, old chap?" Farmer shouts back, "Use both hands." He's English. He doesn't know Welsh. Yeah, drink the shit stream, English guy. Drink up, buddy. Some English hating right there. You were not listening closely enough and didn't realize right away we're talking about names. Oh, the 36 double D's? Yeah. It's a Welsh joke. I'm trying to explain some bad Welsh jokes to my dad because he doesn't get any of them. Because he doesn't...
Yeah.
I lived in Wales for 2 months, so I at least know the culture. You know, I lived in the culture. I even dated a Welsh supremacist, I guess. Welsh independence! Yeah.
You're not Welsh unless you worked in a coal mine. Unless you worked in a coal mine, you're not Welsh.
They closed the coal mines, thanks to Thatcher. They can't work in the coal mines anymore.
The stinking badges. No. Spin the wheel.
36 double D's.
I did send you a video. I sent you a video today. So that's done. That part of the show has accomplished May 6th.
All right, I guess I'll associate something in history with something that it reminds me of. Whatever. Associate is our next segue.
This day
Take
in
it away.
history in 1877, Crazy Horse, a leader of the Sioux resistance to European Americans' invasion of the northern Great Plains, surrendered in Nebraska. Now you go to
No.
if you ever go to Mount Rushmore, if you want to go to Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, take a detour and go see Crazy Horse instead.
Exactly.
The Crazy Horse
And
Mountain.
flick it off
Crazy
or
Horse
something.
on a horse. Yeah, that one's still being worked on. They're still finishing that one up.
Yeah, they didn't get that government funding.
They get donations. U.S. President Chester A. Arthur signed the Chinese Exclusion Act, which is racism. The first and only major federal legislation especially to suspend immigration for a specific nationality. But I am from Korea. You look Chinese to me. You know, that kind of shit. 1915,
Racist assholes.
American baseball player Babe Ruth hit his... Of course, the railroads needed building, didn't they? Huh?
Yep.
Hey, we built the railroads. That's enough. We don't need you anymore.
You can't bring your family over. Fuck your family. Thanks for helping.
1915, American baseball player Babe Ruth hit his first major league home run. I wasn't there for that. He finished his career with 714, a record that stood until Henry Aaron. 1915, American motion picture director Orson Welles was born in Kenosha, Wisconsin, future home of the Chicago Bears. That video. Orson Welles is a Scotty. Yeah, he's a Scotty.
That's a different guy.
He does not remember. He wasn't raised there. No, Orson Welles, the guy who did, the guy who did,
The War of the
I can't
Worlds.
think right now. Citizen Kane.
He was Citizen
War of the
Kane.
Worlds.
Okay. No, I was right.
They did War of the Worlds on the radio.
I was right. Okay.
He did War of the Worlds He did War of the Worlds on the radio, but he didn't write H.G. Wells, a different Wells, not related.
Yeah, that's why I got confused.
War of the World. It's very confusing, right?
All these white people with the same names.
Same last name. Not sure if they're if Jesse Wells is related to them, but Jesse Wells looks a lot like, to me, it looks like John Mellencamp's kid, right? It's like John Mellencamp had a kid in Arkansas, and now he's a folk singer. 1931, American baseball star Willie Mays was born in Westfield, Alabama. Big day for baseball players. We had Babe Ruth taking his first at bat in 1915, and only 16 years later, Willie Mays was born. 1942, the American garrison on Corregidor Island under the command of Here's a 27-day standoff in World War I. Corregidor, yes. Bataan Death March took place not too far after that. That's why it's called the Bataan Death March. Those two places surrendered. Bataan and Corregidor were two sides of the same battle, I guess you want to say. Bataan and Corregidor. Followed soon the Bataan Death March, were, horrible treatment of people. As they marched, a lot of them died on their way to prison camp, and a lot of them died in the prison camp. They got there. 1953, British Labour Party leader Tony Blair, who in 1996, anyways, happy birthday to Tony Blair, the guy who started out with all that promises just to become George Bush's lapdog. 1954, Roger Bannister of Britain became the first athlete to run a mile. That's just nonsensical nonsense, made up record. He didn't do anything. He became a symbol of their
person to tie my shoes with my left shoe. Yeah.
That was British government propping up a record that never really existed. They basically invented it. 1957, the last episode of I Love Lucy aired. And Desi Arnaz was considered one of TV's landmark sitcoms. Happy anniversary of that. I love Lucy. I don't merely like Lucy. 1961, George Clooney was born. Happy birthday to George Clooney. I'm the goddamn pedophilia. Which, oh brother, we're out though. That's my favorite George Clooney movie. I watched that again the other day. I watched the reactor watch. That movie holds up. It's still pretty funny. It's like, that's so damn funny. Anyway, American emerged in the 1990s as a popular leading man known for his good looks and versatility. He later became a respected director and screenwriter. Was born, of course, the nephew of Rosemary Clooney. If you remember Rosemary Clooney. Come on to my house, come on to my house. She sang that. 1992, German director, actress Marlene Dietrich died at the age of 90. She was a recluse, I believe. A beauty, voice, aura,
she was a spider?
Language, sensuality. Yeah, she was. She was a recluse spider, like a black widow. She made one of her world's most glamorous film stars. And her languid sensuality. In other words, she looked like she could bite your head off. 1998, Steve Jobs introduced Apple's first iMac, a personal computer that became hugely successful and helped revive a struggling company. Way to go, Steve Jobs. Born American entrepreneur Leon Musk, yeah, Ketamine Karen, or we know him as Apartheid Clyde, founded, he says, the aerospace company SpaceX, which I doubt. He just bought it off somebody else. Helped usher an era of commercial space flight. He's stealing money from the government and making big promises. So yeah,
yep.
Let's make him this big thing he isn't, just because he's faking people with his con job. Okay. 2004, the final episode of the television sitcom Friends aired and was watched by more than 52 million viewers. What happened in the final episode of Friends? Do you remember? Did they all just move out?
I never watched the show in my life. I've never seen it.
I missed a lot of final episodes, man. I don't know why. In 2023, in the first British coronation of some 7 decades, Charles III and Camilla were crowned king and queen 3 years ago. Today, King Chucky 3, the sequel, and Camilla
King
won.
Chucky 3.
She gets to be a full-fledged queen. That's the funny part, right? Prince Philip never got to be a king, but the wife of the king gets weird. It's so weird, right? Why wasn't Philip ever king? So fucking weird the way they do that. In 1937 is our featured event and also our mic drop. 1937 on this day, wow, we had a plane crash in New Jersey, not too far from there. This was a famous crash, one of those famous crashes in history. The Hindenburg took place in Lakehurst, 89 years ago today. The German dirigible, which was being held aloft by hydrogen gas, which is highly flammable, burst into flames and was destroyed in about 30 seconds, killing 36 people. It burned up in less than a minute. There was just nothing but you'll see the video. It was a big event in those days. And again, it has the swastika on the side because Hitler, that was their propaganda vehicle. And there you go. That should have.
Look at us. We're so far advanced as a country. Yeah.
1937. That should have been your harbinger
indicator
of things to come for Nazi Germany. Going up in flames. Yes. And of course, it became the symbol for heavy metal band Led Zeppelin. Yeah, it was and they got sued by the Count
Hindenburg.
Von Zeppelin.
The Count of.
I think they had to settle. They had to settle with the Zeppelin estate. They're using the name and using the Zeppelin. Zeppelin was actually one of them things that you couldn't even use the image of or something. Anyway,
like the Eiffel Tower.
Feature biography, Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, Austrian psychoanalyst, is born on this day. As a lot of these people were born in, like Karl Marx, and all these people were born around the same period of time in the same area. He was born in Pribor, Czechoslovakia. His birthday is, it says May 6th, but then it says his birthday's tomorrow. Today's May 6th, folks. I don't know why you think it isn't. And September 23rd, 1939, he lived to see the Hindenburg explode. So good for Sigmund. He got to see the Hindenburg explode. Or he probably saw it from London on a newsreel. Yeah, he probably saw it from London on a newsreel.
He was like, fuck these Nazis.
Germany, right?
I'm going to set it on fire.
So, of course, he invented psychoanalysis.
Poke a hole in the helium.
And he said and sometimes, Sigmund Freud said sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
He also said, hey, if you have problems, it's because you want to have sex with your mom. He also had that thing. He always said that. Or your dad, yeah. Problems is because you want to have sex with somebody.
Theories don't have to be right to be theories.
That's true.
1895, Rudolph Valentino was also born. Happy birthday to Rudolph Valentino, American silent movie actor. We did Orson Welles, Tony Blair, George Clooney. We already did them, folks. Our national days today is National Beverage Day. I've already, my formerly hot beverage
many beverages.
Is now cold. Yeah. National Skilled Trades Day. Skilled trade. Remember, you don't have to go to college. You get a good job, man. You can look. They have apprenticeships all over the world. You can sign up to be a welder, man. Welding, man.
Did you know all the famous blacksmiths? I should say famous.
Welders.
I didn't say famous blacksmiths, but the biggest blacksmith school for everyone all over the world is in Wales. A lot of people go to Wales to learn to be blacksmiths. Yeah.
But did Tom Jones or Terry Jones go there? I don't think so. All blacksmiths are not really in demand. I'm not sure why they're not, but I don't know. What does a blacksmith do? I mean, buggy whip salesmen also not in demand, but plumbers will never stop being in demand. A stupid bot will never replace a plumber, or electricians, or the guy that does your air conditioning. That son of a bitch. Yeah, you want to learn that. Yeah, national skilled trades. College is great, but a lot of them things you can't apply in the real world. National Crepe Suzette Day. If you want a Suzette, you got to make it crepe. That's from a Bob Dylan song. That's a Bob Dylan song, Bob Dylan lyric. National Interpreter Appreciation Day. If you can understand what I'm saying without an interpreter, congratulations, because there's no way to interpret what I say. National Bike to School Day. I will bike to school day, but I don't have a school to go to. But I have a bike. That's a start. So, baby, you can drive my car. Those are your days today. Everything for today, your haikus, your limericks, mispronunciation, technical glitches, me saying things wrong, getting things wrong, your air disasters, everything for Weird Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. On before, geesh, there's no food today. Holy crap. No food.
We're not eating
today.
Too much tacos yesterday, that's why.
Well, the guy in the bridge is doing a hunger strike, so in sympathy with him. Oh, I'm sorry, Crepe Suzette. I got that wrong. I'm before Crepe Suzette. I can't believe I have one food. Sorry. I'm before Crepe Suzette. Yes, let's get it right. A crepe is like a pancake. It's a pancake.
Sure. A very thin pancake. Of course, I'm going to associate this with when I took a philosophy class. We did actually cover Freud, and a lot of his theories have been, I don't want to say debunked. They've been readjusted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been readjusted for the current reality we live in. So that's what I associate that with. He's not completely wrong, but some of the things he said didn't hit the mark, I guess.
Yeah, but right. He didn't come up with id, ego, and super ego or any of that. That was like, I want to say young, right? You can do your day's things.
There are no international observances today, actually. So I guess continue speaking Portuguese from yesterday. Yeah, continue speaking Portuguese or celebrating world press freedom, like this show, which is all about press freedom. Right. And we will see you guys.
Freud did invent id, ego, and super ego. He invented those. Okay. Sorry. All right, there you go. There you go. We still have those with us, right? We still have those.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This has been Alton here from the Netherlands and Roger from the East Coast of the U.S. as we finish off another Wacky and Weird Wednesday. I hope you got all the wacky and weirdness that you wanted, whether you're a Disney adult or... What did I cover? During surgery in the street from a stabbing. We'll see you tomorrow for Thursday's 13, in which we'll have a list of 13 things. I don't know what our list is. I don't know if you've already drew up your list. Okay, nothing planned. It'll be a surprise for all of us for our Thursday 13 list tomorrow. So we'll think on that. Yeah, exactly. Take a nap and get some sort of inspiration. Thank you, everyone who was here for the stream. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch if you're not already, and subscribe to us on YouTube so we can get more support and you can make us happy. Don't you want to make us happy? Don't you want to be happy by making us happy? Thank you everyone who's already following and subscribed, and don't forget to turn those notifications on so you know when we go live or post a video. And we appreciate, as always, our Before Coffee supporters who are keeping the show going and supporting anti-AI news. Here is our explosive mic drop moment.
It's starting to rain again. The rain has
what's really cool about this is that we actually have footage of this.
Just enough to keep it from. It burst into flames.
It was a big event in those days.
It's
Yeah,
it was a real big event.
It's right.
Saying the luck, or I don't know if it's lucky,
Get out
but
of the way, please. It's burning, bursting into flames.
ability to
and it's
be able
falling
to
on the
film
morning
it
fast and all the folks between it.
was invented just in time
One of the worst catastrophes
to
in the
see
world. Oh, it's like 20,
Yep.
400 or 500
Look
feet
how
into
fast.
the sky.
So
It's
fast.
a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. It's smoke and it's flames now, and the flame is crashing to the ground, not quite to the
Fire
mooring mast.
loves
All the humanity and
hydrogen
all the
gas,
planets
man.
is feeding
Hydrogen
around
is
it.
pure energy.
I
It's
told
just
you.
pure energy, man.
I
That's what
can't
your
even
body
talk to
runs.
people. His friends are
got
out there.
flattened instantly.
I can't talk, ladies and gentlemen. Honest, it's just laying there, massive smoking wreckage. And everybody can't hardly breathe and talk and screaming. Lady, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Honestly,
Imagine having the
I can hardly
empathy.
breathe. I'm going to step inside while I cannot see it. Charlie, that's terrible. Listen, folks, I'm going to have to stop for a minute because I've lost the voice. This is
That's
the worst
probably
thing I've ever
most
witnessed.
people are witness. My dad. Oh, you got the mic drop? Sorry. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels: Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.